Hello, everyone, and welcome to John's Insane Asylum. I'm ready to go. Ready to go. I haven't done one of these for such a long time. As my best friend Steve's ex-girlfriend would say, Steve, you owe me money. Steve, you owe me money. Steve, you owe me money. He owe me money long time. He owe me £400, £420, £440. It would go up every minute. So yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. So a bit of a tangent there, sorry. So yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. And yes, I'm recording this on the 29th of March, 2026, for tomorrow's World Bipolar Day, which nobody knows fuck all about. Everyone knows about World Seal Day, World Taking a Shit Day, World Trousers Day, World Book Day, World Identifies a Cat Day. It's all these world days I can't keep up with, and nobody talks about World Bipolar Day except for me. Except for me. I don't see many videos on of it on YouTube. It's like they don't want to. They don't want to promote it. Not that I want a special day because I suffer with bipolar. I don't want a special day really. Because to me, it's bipolar every single day with me. But if you can raise awareness for it, if you can raise awareness for it, even if it's just one fucking day a year, then you're doing something right. You're doing something positive. So yeah, I didn't do a video last year. I'm not sure why I didn't. Don't know, must have been taking a break from YouTube, or I don't know. I just can't remember. But here I am again. Here I am. Here I am again. So yeah. Oh God. Oh God. Where do we start? A lot of things have happened. A lot of things have happened. Where do I start? Where do I start? Well, I've been quite depressed this year. Been really, really depressed since the second week of January. Just been on and off with really very severe depression for me, anyway. Oh, I mean, I measure my moods now on an old mood chart that I used to have from Bipolar UK when Bipolar UK was decent. I'm not liking his name, shit. Just services, and all that. It's the same. It's the same across the board, isn't it? All health services cut, and politicians have their, pay rises and expenses and all that shit and all that gaga, which all that gaga. So, yeah, I've been very severely depressed. It's been very difficult because I'm normally, as I was saying about my mood chart, I'm never at 5. So let's break it down. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. So we're breaking down the mood chart. So 5 is neutral. So 5 is neutral. No anxiety, no depression, no hypomania, no mania, depending on what type of bipolar you have. You're neutral. That's what I'd like to be. That's what I'd like to be. But I'm never at 5. Never at 5. I would say on average a 4, 3. If I go down to a 2 and 1, then I'm like, fuck it now. How am I going to get out of this? It's like being in a black hole. It's like, how the hell do I get out of this? So I've been pretty much at 1 for the last 2 months. I mean, last week, no, not last week. Was it last week? Yeah, last week I was. It was last week. I had a brief burst of brief burst of hypomania. I was like at a 7. don't know if I was at eight. Maybe, yeah, I had a lot of rapid thoughts. A lot of rapid thoughts. So it was like more of I'd say more an eight. If you actually look at the mood, if you actually look at the mood chart. So zero's like the brink of no return. You just want you're planning you're planning your death. You're planning it. So and then one to two. 1 to 2 is 0 to 2 is severe depression. Three is moderate, and four is like sort of like it's sort of. I don't know why they class four as balanced mood because it's not really a balanced mood. Because I think on average I'm mostly at four. Like I've always got anxiety. It doesn't matter if it could be nothing happening. Everything's nothing happening, nothing at all, nothing. Everything's there's been no drama, and you just wake up and you've got anxiety. It's just that's what it's called. That's why it's a disorder. I call it a disorganization of the brain. It's a chemical imbalance. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if everything's going fucking great and everything's quiet. You could wake up being either depressed, really depressed, or really manic. And that's just the way it is. But I mean, a lot of the depression issues is to do with my landlords and my neighbours. So I did a video on that a couple of months ago with Hedging and my neighbours. I think I will do a follow-up video to that. But at the moment, I'm going to try and keep it a bit more positive. Bit more positive, brother. Ooh, what you gonna do when bipolar mania runs wild round you? Yeah, yeah. So yeah. So there are positive aspects, happening. With particularly with my art, which I've been doing. I don't know if I mentioned it. Did I mention my art last? I don't even can't remember if I mentioned my art last time. The last video I did. I don't think I did. Did I? Can't remember. But the art. Oh, it was art class is brilliant. There's something about art. There's something about art that I can't. It's hard to explain. It's like it's therapeutic. It's like like walking on the beach during a sunset. And it's like that's nothing a psychiatrist can give you. They can't give you that. They can't give you a sunrise. They can't give you a really nice ice cream or a really nice walk on a canal or they can't give you that. They can't give you that. All they can give you is drugs and that's it. They can't give you things like that. So it is like a form of therapy to do art. I always say art. Well, I always say music's the greatest form of human expression, but art is pretty close. Very, very close art to me. Music and art is just is entwined. It is. It really is. And I think it's very important. Suffering with bipolar to be as creative as possible. Like if you're manic and you can channel that energy into something creative, then your hypomania or mania, depending on what type of bipolar you have, you've channeled it into something positive. Like it's very important to channel your hypomania into something constructive and not destructive. I'd rather paint than smash things up now. It's just I'm in my fucking mid-30s. It's like I don't want to be fucking smashing things up every time I'm fucking agitated. It's just not. And I have done that. I have done that. You know, there have been occasions where I have done that. And you just think, oh, John, you fucking idiot, because you've got to clean the mess up, then, haven't you? You smash it up and you think, you fucking idiot. But then you go, oh, I understand why I did it. I can't understand why I did it because sometimes it's like you feel so helpless you can't tell family or friends or or whoever, and it's just sort of like a release. It's like a it's bad judgment, it's so particularly when you're particularly when you're at 8 and 9, your judgment is it's impaired. It's very impaired. So it's like if you have a breakdown, you will have a breakdown. There's no if or buts about it. If your life is very stressful and you're living in an environment that's stressful or whatever the issues you have, in the end, and nobody's going to help you. In the end, you will have a breakdown. I'm not going to sugarcoat. You will have a breakdown, and everyone's like, "Well, why did Mr. Powell do that? Why did Mr. Powell smash the window pane of number 16, his neighbour? Why did he do that? Why did he do that? I don't know. I think he's a very naughty boy. It's like, that's why it's called a breakdown, they say, well, there's the old saying, well, you are, what's the word? What's the words I'm looking for now? Sorry, my mind's wandering. Um, what's the words? I can't. Do you know what? I'm having a brain fart here. What's the fucking words? What's the words? What's the words? No, it's not a song. Don't. No, it's not a song. It's not a song. It's not a song. I know what you're thinking. Oi, behave. Go to the naughty corner. Right. Right. What's the words I'm looking for? You are responsible for your own actions. That sort of cliche sort of that's that cliche. Then you are responsible for your own actions. So if somebody says that to me, I go, okay, yeah, okay, right. And so are other people responsible for their own actions. Thing is, I can't control other people's thoughts and feelings and how they behave themselves. I can't do that. I can only work on myself and make myself a better person. You know, I'm a very flawed human being, and one of my biggest flaws is to forgive people. It's very hard to forgive people when they give you abuse. When they give you abuse, which, quite frankly, the person should have been arrested for, and assault you. It's like, well, how do you forgive that? As somebody that has bipolar, somebody that suffers with bipolar, what advice in Ummagumma land or whatever fucking land, what would your advice be? If somebody assaults you and gives you abuse and threatens to burn your fucking flat down, how do you forgive that? I don't think that's forgivable, really. But anyway, I don't want to go on a fun tangent again. But yeah, it's been very difficult this year. It's difficult getting to counselling, difficult getting to the art. Very difficult, very difficult. And it's and sometimes you just have to listen to your body and listen to your mind. If you don't feel safe going out, don't go out. And a day or two. I think a day or two to stay in isn't it's not extreme, like a day or two again. It's like, well, I don't feel safe going out. I'm worried I'll get into an argument with somebody. I'm worried somebody's gonna have a go at me. I just, I don't even feel safe going to my safe space, or whatever that fuck that means. A place where you feel comfortable going, whether it's a favourite bench or a favourite park or, whatever. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, don't go out. That's my advice. And I think 2 days in is not bad. It's not extreme. But when you get to 3 and 4 and 5 days, it's like, well, hang on a minute. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for anyone. Just to stay. I mean, I was staying in. I think the most days I've stayed in is about 6 days. 6 days, and it did not agree with me. You just walking around in your underpants with like a fucking zombie going. Oh, take me now, take me now. Like, and you just think, it took me fucking 6 weeks to wash my fucking hair. And it's like, it's like, that's a long fucking time. I'm like, this whole time going, I got fleas, help! Like, fucking, I look like fucking, I look like Hayachi from Tekken 2. My hair was sticking up like that. I was like, it's like Hayachi from Tekken 2. Like, oh, Hamarata, arigato gozaimashita, Ananda, Anduriga, Mushinamoto, Yamati, Shumota, Labada, Tekken 2. I was like, you just don't care. When you're severely depressed, the last thing in your mind is washing or cleaning your teeth. Lucky to get out of bed, it was. And I appreciate it's difficult for it is difficult for family, and because they take it personally. Then it's like, well, it's nothing personal. It's just it's all me. Pissed off with myself for feeling this way. And it's like, well, at the end of the day, you have a chemical imbalance of the brain. How you feel is not your fault. That's how you got to look at it. Wherever how you feel, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. You have a chemical imbalance of the brain. It's a disorder. It's not called bipolar order. Order, right? Bipolar order. It's not called bipolar order. It's called bipolar disorder. It's not. You know what I mean? It's not called bipolar order. It's called bipolar disorder. So we have to be. I think the key is to be less harsh on ourselves. I think that's the problem. I'm always harsh and critical of myself, even when I'm like my mood's a bit more, a bit more steady. I'm like, oh, I should. I'm like, God, I wish my mood's even more steadier. God, I still got this. I still got anxiety here. I'm like, why have I got this anxiety? I'm in a really lovely place. I'm walking on the beach. Taking video of the waves. That's one of my things. It's like, you know, um, putting my feet in water on beaches. I love that. It's just something. And the woman was like, "Yeah, how'd you cold?" I'm like, "No, I fucking loves it, love." It's like, oh, it's an amazing feeling putting your feet in water on a beach. I can't describe it. It's tranquility to me, and the sounds of the waves. It's like, oh man, tranquility. It is. It's tranquility. So yeah, but there have been positive, like with the art, amazing, amazing. And yeah, get on with 99% of the people. There's always one you're not going to get on with, and that's fine. That's fine. My I'm not going to gel with everyone, and that's fine. And you've got to accept it as long as they leave. I leave her alone. She leaves me alone, and I'm not going to. Out of respect for Fiona, the art teacher, I'm not going to. I don't want to be arguing with people really, But it's like I don't mind a joke and a laugh because I'll take the piss out of myself all the time. That's how I deal with situations in life. Is just take the piss mostly at myself. And if somebody gets offended by that, get a fucking grip. Just get a fucking grip. You know, just because I'm mentally ill doesn't mean I can't joke about it. It's like it's hard at the time if you're in a situation you joke about, but you can look back and thinking, okay, that was a bad moment, but I can laugh. I can sort of laugh about that now and go, well, that was a bit of a silly situation, which I shouldn't have, got involved in really. But yeah, the art's doing great because all my friends they don't live where I live. They're all scattered around the UK. So it's nice to go to a place and just have a joke and have a laugh. And I actually said, you're the first person I met that has bipolar. Well, well, well. No black. I say raw. No black. No black paint. Don't know what she got against black paint. Don't know. I bet there's an origin story in there. Not gonna tell us. Not gonna tell us. But yeah, the art class, great. Yeah, and one of the best things to happen. One of the best things to happen to me is to actually have a decent support worker, because I'd never had a decent support worker back about 10, 10, 12, 13, 14 years ago. It was just like, hello, Jonathan. I can't do that for you, Jonathan. I can't do that for you, Jonathan. Or your marital status is against you. Your age is against you. Ooh, 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 ooh. By the way, let's talk about my films. Let's talk about my film. Look at this film I'm in. I'm looking and thinking, fucking hell, it's dimly lit, it's grey, he just looks generic. Like I was thinking, there's no personality to this. Like if I was to make a film, it'd be like a Giallo, bright, red and yellow colours and stylish, and it just looked like a lo-fi documentary style, and don't get me wrong, I don't mind that sort of. I don't mind lo-fi and grainy and that documentary, but everyone tries to do that. I just thought, nah, nah. I just thought, and you go to the PIP assessment, you just sit there like that. And here's me, paranoid. I was just paranoid. I'm looking for cameras in there. There was one. There was a curtains. It was curtains where I was sat. I'm thinking, what's in this? I'm looking in there, and she's like, she's like this. She's going as if to say, "Are we going to start this assessment?" She's like, "Ah, I'm thinking, fucking hell, yes. He can cook. He can cook a meal in the microwave. Hey, how's that cooking a meal? That's not cooking a meal, is it? Can you hear the pen in the air, Mister Powell? Ah, fiddly dee, that's wonderful. Right, no points. No points for you, Mister Powell. No points. Omata, Mr. Powell, no points. Oh, sorry, bro, you thought only teach you for train. Mr. Powell, no points. It was ridiculous. He didn't even take me to the assessment. And then you get a train. It's like, oh, Mr. Powell got a train. Mr. Powell's cured. I'm cured. I got a train to Cardiff. I'm cured. Like, So yeah, to have a really, really nice, kind, gentle, crazy support worker is just amazing. Oh, Jessica. Oh, sorry. Let's calm down. Right, yes. Right, keep your hands in your pockets now. Right. So yeah. Oh, yeah. And that took a while to because at that particular time when I was getting my support work, I put it this way, I was in a state of I was in a state of agitation for 6 months, which is pretty bad, pretty bad for me to be in an agitated state for 6 months where you can't sleep because you've got dickheads banging your fucking walls and you can't sleep. You got sleep deprivation. It was like, and it was just bad timing when she came. It was just bad. It was a bad day. It was a bad time. It was just bad time. It was nothing to do with it. It was nothing to do with it. It was just me, feeling agitated. The last thing, and when you're agitated, the last thing you want to meet is a stranger because I've got autism as well. So meeting strangers is a bit, and it was just awkward. It was very awkward. It was very awkward. Because my dad was there, he was talking to her. I'm like, oh, I don't, I'm like, I was like a snail in its shell, just playing theme hospital. Nurse required in pharmacy. Here, what's that? It's a game about hospitals, is it? Because she's from the West Country. You got to watch these West Country birds. Fucking hell. Oh yeah, you got to watch these West Country birds. Getting a train from West and back to Newport. Bloody hen night from Taunton going all the way to bastard Cardiff. Asking here, some blonde bird going, here, what's your shoe size? I'm like, yeah, I know what you're after. When a blonde bird from Taunton asks a bipolar man on the train what's his shoe size, the girls have a lot. You know? I was like, fuck, so yeah. So yeah, it was awkward. The first time it was awkward, but but I think it was the yes, it was the accent. It's like it wasn't. If it had been a Newport accent, I would be like, ugh. Newport accent. I've been there 34 years, bruv. The fucking, the fucking cunt. Oh, the fucking bastard, fucking bitch, of fucking. Oh, gotta get my fucking drugs. Of fucking. Oh, gotta get a new North Face jacket, which is a fake one for £20 in Griffin Street, or I fucking put my fucking hood up, I put my fucking mask on, get my fucking bike, get some fucking drugs on Harlequin fucking drive, you know? Nah, I didn't want that. Because to me, the West Country accent is friendly. It's like, yeah, you're right, I'm alright, you alright? You're alright, I'm alright, you alright? Oh, you're alright, I'm glad you're alright, so now I'm alright that you're alright? So I was like, oh. And when she said she lived in Gloucester, I went, oh. I was like, I did perk up a bit. I was like, I did perk. I was like, I went from to ooh, Gloucester, West Country accent. Yeah. But I didn't want to turn her. I thought, I'm not going to turn her. She's cackling like what she's going. I'm like, I didn't want to turn around. I did turn around. I went, oh, I went, oh. She's not bad looking, but she looks mental. That's one of my first thoughts were. Bit mental, but I like mental. Nothing wrong with mental. So yeah, so Jess has been, oh man, it's been amazing, very amazing. And I don't normally say that about people because I'm not very good at giving compliments. I'm not very good at taking, receiving compliments. But oh bloody hell, been amazing, just amazing. Helps me with shopping, helps me with appointments to the doctors. Just when we go on dating and we go on day trips as well. We've been to a few places, been to a few nice places. Yes. And she's fucking wild, but I wouldn't have her any other way, you know. I think she's got ADHD, which is alright. There's nothing wrong with that, love. And sometimes she do a Yorkshire accent. I goes, why are you talking a Yorkshire accent, love? She goes, I don't know, Ducky. I don't know. We've got to go shopping now, haven't we, love? I said, yeah, we've got to get some. She said, what I'm going to get? I'm going to get some Yorkshire tea, because Yorkshire tea puts fucking ears on your bollocks, love. And she goes, here, I wouldn't know about that sort of thing. I thought, yeah, well, I'm not, I don't plan on checking, love. And she just fucking laughs. Yeah, she's quite cheeky, our Jessica, but I wouldn't have her anyway. So we just tease each other back. Good laugh. So, and one of the funniest things, which I still tease her to this day, we was in the car, ready to go shopping, or just come from shopping, and we just got the shopping in the car, either one or the other. And I was sat there, sat in the car, put the seal on. She goes, here, can I touch it? I was like, what? Touch what? Oh, I'm so sorry. I meant your autistic badge. I went, Jessica, I'm watching you. Don't bend over. Jessica's around. So I just takes the piss, just laughs. And she's a terrible farter. Oh my god. But I have to forgive her because she got IBS, bless her. Bless her. Oh god, some of her farts, fucking hell, it's that bad. I could taste the egg. I was like, oh bloody hell. Oh my god, it fart still smells. I can smell the egg. It was like, oh Jessica. One time she farted in the car. I went, so what the, I was like, what the fuck is that smell? It smelled like somebody. It smelled like somebody farted, farted on broken eggs on a dead body. It was like, what the fuck? And she goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought it wouldn't smell. I thought, punishing me. I said, oh, no, I wouldn't do that. I thought, Watching you, watching you, I'm watching you. Women that fight in front of women that fight in front of men. I said, only do that to people they really to men they really like. So I'm watching you. I said. I don't know many women that fight in front of men unless they really like them. So I'm watching you. I said. He's like, I'm smiling. He's like, I thought, yeah, I'm watching you. So yeah, it's a good. It's a good. It's a good dynamic. I mean, some days I'm depressed and I can't talk to her, but she don't take it personally. She said, "Oh, I don't take it personally," which is good. But she just some of the things she comes out with. Oh fucking hell! She says, "Oh, she says, oh, this art gallery's full of brats. I wish they'd shut up." I said, bloody hell, you got a kid. I'm like, I know. Oh, don't get me wrong. I like my daughter, especially when she's asleep. Yeah, fucking hell. Oh, thanks for taking me to an art gallery. I'm not that cultured. I said, well, you can take Jessica out of Wootton, but you can't take Wootton out of Jessica. Oh no, the Wootton Witch. Oh, sorry, Wootton Warrior. That's what I call her. He said, here, and you're the Welsh wanker. I said, yeah, well, you know me all too well, Jessica. Oh yes. So yeah, it's going really great with support. Oh, it's going really great. I think that's anything. I think that's I think it's one of the main things that's keeping me going. Really, is a support worker. I think that's one of the main things is actually keeping me going. You know, and she can help get me out of that. That dark hole. You know, Still, I'm still in this fucking shitty place though. But as long as it stays, I mean, it's quiet at the moment, and I'm not going to question it. As long as it stays quiet now, as long as it stays quiet, I'm not going to, don't question it. Enjoy it. Wake up, it's quiet. You go to bed, it's quiet. Don't question it. So I'm not questioning it. I'm enjoying that. Um, what else? I'm trying to think what else now. I've been rambling for 32 minutes. But oh yeah, no, and I got a housing officer as well. Jade, she helped. She's helped me a lot as well. You know, I mean, she does. Because with Newport, you've got home op. It's like a home options. It's basically like fucking. It's basically it's a means test. It's like bandy is the lowest and bandy's the highest. Bandy's for homeless people. So I'm not homeless, but because my circumstances are so fucking shit. I should be on band B really. I'm on band C. I used to be on band D. Now I'm on band C, which is better than nothing, I suppose. But hopefully she can help with hopefully get that banding up a bit more, and then I got more options to look at properties because she does all the bidding for me, which is great. She's from Cwmbran. Now, she don't sound like she's from Cwmbran. I'm not, she sounds posh from Cwmbran. She said, yes, my name's Jade and I'm a housing officer from Pobble. Nice to meet you, young man. I'm not really from Cwmbran, you see. I'm actually a former librarian from Berkshire, you see. Oh, really? I said, well, I've got a Porsche. I said, I've got a Porsche, madam, from Berkshire. You see. And she said, oh, she says, I don't know which is the worst side of Newport. I only know Newport East, Newport West. I said, well, Newport West is the less shittier side, I said. That's what I said to her. Because it's the less shittier side. Newport East, fucking hell. I never live on Newport. I would never live on Newport East ever again. Fuck Liz Wary. Fuck that place. Was I on toilet? Liz Weedy. Fucking hell. Ringland. Oh, fuck that place. Fuck that. If I went to Ringland, I'd have to have a bulletproof vest. I'd have to have a bulletproof vest and a fucking AK-47. That's what and then I'd live there then. So yeah, I don't think there's any more to add. I don't think so. I've rambled enough, love. So right, everyone. Happy World Bipolar Day. Be kind. Look after each other. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Peace. Peace off.
Sit down. Smile.